Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
Welcome to North Carolina Weekend. I'm Deborah Holt Noel. Ever wonder how Christmas was celebrated 400 years ago? Well, on Saturday, December 19th, the Guild of St. Andrew celebrates a 16th century Elizabethan Christmas at the Roanoke Island Festival Park in Manio. Come experience what the holidays were like in the colonies a long time ago.
It's interesting for us to think about what life would have possibly been like for the colonists that were here on Roanoke Island in 1585 and what they would have done to celebrate Christmas. Christmas itself in the 16th century was a religious day, and the Epiphany was a religious day. But in those 12 days of Christmas in between, historically, that's kind of when they kicked back and let loose and had a good time. So we felt that it would be really interesting for the visitors to not only get an idea of what life was like in the past, to get an idea of what holidays were like in the past, but also to get an interpretation of what the colonists would have done while they were here. And what we really want people to do is to get involved, not just to be passive observers of things happening. We want people to become active participants.
The Guild of St. Andrew helps bring the 16th century to life.
What we try to do is show the day-to-day life of the common people, but we focus on arts and crafts and the trades of the common folks, and we try to give that as a hands-on sort of demonstration.
So visitors can try their hand at candle making.
It's starting to look like a candle.
Or making Christmas decorations.
And so people can clove fruit and tie ribbons about it to create something to take home with them, to hang on their tree.
And play games from that period.
All the games here are period games for the Elizabethan times, and it's amazing that how many games that were back then that we still play today. As a matter of fact, very popular games of today's era, like backgammon, was played very much back then. Cribbage, chess, 12-man or 9-man Morris.
There's also other games that people of the 16th century would have played as well.
There we go.
On the settlement site, visitors can try their hand at wood turning.
Good job, young man.
And participate in the defense of the colony.
What we are going to teach you to do today is a bit of pikeman. A pikeman was a very important person in our time, as he was to protect the gunmen, such as those with a caliver or an arquebus.
Charge your pikes! Advance! Charge! Port!
Keep it together, young man.
And if all this hands-on activity gives you an appetite, there's venison and goose prepared over an open fire.
Oh, look at that. Oh, oh yeah.
With some apple on it?
Some apple mustard sauce there. Some crispy skin there.
It is wonderful.
The venison was a little bit spicy, and the apples for the goose was kind of tart.
But it was good, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very well cooked.
Yeah.
I tried a little of each, and it was awesome, especially with the goose. He had the apple mustard sauce from the period recipes, and it was just wonderful. It's so tender and smoky, and it was great.
Mistress Peveril has created an entire representation, a tasting menu of an Elizabethan Christmas feast.
These are sambrocade cakes. They are made with elderflowers, ricotta and cottage cheese or farmer's cheese. And these are gingerbread. Now, gingerbread is very different. It was made with honey boiled. Then breadcrumbs were added, day-old breadcrumbs, very finely ground, and spices, cinnamon and ginger were then added. And more will be coming out of the oven momentarily.
We also show the pageantry of the nobility.
Well, the dances we're doing here were typical of the Elizabethan period.
And visitors are encouraged to join in.
The bear dance is the one we usually do with patrons, and that one's just very, very simple, stepping to the right, stepping to the left, turning and clapping. It's really easy that anyone of any age can do.
We like glad to come every year and make this part of our Christmas tradition. It's really a lot of fun.
This is Derek Long for North Carolina Weekend.
Celebrate the Elizabethan Christmas on Saturday, December 19th from 12 to 5 p.m. For more information, call 252-475-1500 or go online to RoanokeIsland.com.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.